And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel. Today we're taking a look at a little card game called Rock the Bock. The Rock the Bock Festival has long been sold out, but you can still buy tickets. You guys hate scalpers? I kind of hate scalpers. But here, apparently, the tickets to this event are for animals, anthropomorphic animals, and they're sold differently. So if you're a pig, you get a ticket. If you're a sheep, you get a ticket. I don't know how that works, but whatever. That's just the point that they have to make a card game in which you are trying to play the highest possible number you can without going over. Here's how it plays. The game is going to take place over 3 scoring rounds, and in each of these rounds, players are going to play till one person has 3 or less cards in their hand. Now, how do you get points is this. You're going to be turning over one of these each round. It's going to tell you how many animals are allowed at this concert. So here we have 8 sheep, 6 horses, 4 pigs, 13 cows, no deer, and 12 VIPs. Each person is going to play a card. Basically, they're going to play a card face down at the same time and reveal them. So let's pretend that we played these. So Sally plays 5 horses, I play 3 pigs, and Bob plays 4 pigs. Then each person is going to play 2 more cards. So maybe Sally reveals a cow and some sheep here. And then I am going to reveal a deer and a +5, because everyone's going to start with 1 +5, 1 VIP, and 1 outhouse card. And you'll start with a bunch of cards from this deck here that are numbered 1 through 7 of the different animals. And then this person here, so they'll play their next one, and they'll play 6 horses and a VIP. So a couple things here. When you play a VIP with an animal, like this person did, it changes that animal to VIPs. They're no longer horses, they're VIPs. When you play +5, you are essentially adding 5 to the number that's listed here. When you play an outhouse, the card that you play, you're going to play an outhouse with the +5 or the VIP. That card will affect the first card you played. So you're always going to play 1 card, then 2 cards. After this is done, we're going to then just go through. So 8 sheep can go. How many sheep do we have total? We have 7. Sally has the most. She puts this in her score pile. It's worth 7 points. Then we have horses. 6 horses can go. Sally brought 5. These horses are not horses, they're VIPs, so once again, Sally gets 5 points. Then we go to pigs. There are 7 total pigs. Only 4 are allowed. So when that happens, we take the biggest group of pigs and they go back in that person's hand. There's no longer any pigs. Then we say, is there enough pigs now? Yeah, there's only 3. So then these would go into my scoring pile. We go to cows, 13 cows. 5 definitely fits in that, goes in her scoring pile. We then go to deer. There's no deer, but I added 5 to the number, so now these deer can go into the pile. And these 6 horses will go into the scoring pile because they're VIPs, and 12 VIPs can go. If multiple people have cards that can go in the pile, so in this case, for example, there 13 cows were allowed in. So let's say I had 5 and Sally had 3. Then I would get 5 points, and Sally was in second place. She would have to turn hers over, and it would only be worth 2 points at the end of the game. Now, some cards can be put back in people's hands, and that's fine. Then you'll turn over another one of these cards and do the whole thing over. Everybody will always get back their +5 VIPs and porta potties that they've played. Once one person has 3 or less than 3 cards in their hand, then you'll do one last thing. You'll finish up that round, and then you're going to count up all your cards, write down the scores, and then you'll do the whole thing over again. After 3 rounds, whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. The cards are good quality. The artwork, I mean, they managed to differentiate them by color and artwork. They have the numbers on all 4 sides, which is a little weird. If you're going to put numbers down here at the bottom, why not flip them over so that when you turn it upside down, you can still see the numbers? It just seems kind of odd to me. I don't think anyone holds their cards so that they're only looking at the bottom. That was an odd design choice. But yeah, everyone here is very punky. Look how cool that horse is. He's just awesome. So, I mean, that looks good, and then these work well, and the VIP and porta potties, it's just simply a deck of cards, and everything fits inside the little box, like things do with Zoch. Now, interestingly enough, this game kind of scales in such a weird way. And by that, I mean that the game itself, it plays from 3 to 6, and it plays so differently at 3. I just showed you a 3. If you play with 6, the numbers on those cards don't change dramatically. So if you play with 6, the chance of you having to put all the cards back in your hand is much higher. You literally don't know what other people are going to play. Now, yes, it has you play in 2 rounds. So you play one card, and then you look at the card that everyone played, and then you can play a second, your next 2 cards based on what the people played the first time. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. That's actually kind of interesting. It's just that you have to realize going into it that it's fairly random. It's also a little involved because we remember what the +5 does. What's the difference between porta potty? Oh yeah, that means your first card is affected by your second card. So if I play a porta potty with the VIP card, or if I play the +5 with the porta potty, again, it's not that complex, but there's a little bit more going on. And then you go through all the different things and you count them down. And I think I would like the game more if it felt slightly more streamlined. But as it is, you're sitting there going, I got a 7 cows. I like to play that 7 cows. When's the best time to play it? And that's kind of what you're thinking about. And there's even a bit of memory, because if someone plays something and it's forced to go back in their hand, now I can remember that they have a 6 pig card and they might play that. Oh, there's a lot of pigs? Yeah, well, Billy has 6 pigs, so he's going to get to play more of them. I like it. It's interesting. I wonder if it's forgettable, as you go through and you're trying to, I'll play these cards at the certain points without going over. It has a little bit of that push your luck. But I think that, especially with 6 players, that it's too wild and chaotic to offer any kind of deep strategy or simple strategies even. And I think with too few players, the amount of tension is probably not there. This is probably a 4 or 5 player game at best. I think the 3 and 6 are maybe 2 extremes at that point. It's funny artwork. Has a weird name, Rock the Bock. And if you're just trying to play a game where you can play some cards and everyone laughs, you basically play them all and then see what resolves, I think you'll like it. I thought it was fun, but again, like I said, maybe just a little too much. It could have been streamlined maybe and made it just a little bit faster and funner. But as it is, it's not too bad. Dice Tower Judgment, an interesting little card game.